Alright, so what we've got here is we're going to start, what we're going to do is we're going to go through a README file. I'm going to read everything that he's put in it, and then we're going to look at the level. A lot of these are just your standard deathmatch levels. There's nothing special about them, really.
Now remember, everything in these README files was all written by Eric Harris.
Right. So if you look right here, there's this email address as multiples, and this particular one is entitled Killer. And he says, "It took me about 2 hours to make this WAD, so send me some credit. All the action is outside. The level has all the weapons except for that ultra cheap BFG. Additional credits to the creators of EdMap, BSP, and Wintex 4.3, and of course, the creators of Doom 2. A little bit about the level. New sounds? Yes, so he's changed some of the sounds and he's changed the music of the level. And he says he doesn't have any bugs. Cooperative 2 to 4 player, I guess to go sightseeing, which we're going to do that by ourselves. So, the only thing you can do with it is play it and distribute it. So, without further ado, let's get in here and do this. Mm-hmm.
Crank it like 75%.
So for starters, sorry, the camera's on a little wobble. So we've got stairs. It's just a nice big open field. A lot of health packs back in this corner, it looks like. Strength. And you guys are going to have to forgive me, I'm not used to the old Doom controls. There's just a tree in the middle of the,
Or a stump.
that's... Okay. Go in the building here. More stumps. Of course, there's a part of me that's like, I'm just gonna pick up everything because it's what you do in Doom. And there's no use for any of it. Why is it so dark in here? Oh, that's why. I don't know if you guys can hear the music, but he absolutely did change it. Yeah, that's changed. Changed the way the pistol sounds. He changed all of the gun noises, it looks like. Oh, not that one. Glad he didn't change that. That's weird. A little loud. Sorry, Tris. Can you hear me better now? Looks like that's about it. This is the whole level. It's really small. Really
I mean, again, this was meant for death matching.
Yeah.
There's a puzzle over there if you go.
Over here?
Yeah. You see that plasma rifle there on the very top?
Ah,
There's
yeah.
a way to get to that without actually hitting no-click it. But you have to go all the way to the end of those stacks. Now tap one of them, like with your space bar. Okay. No, the silver one. This one.
Okay.
Boom. And the gimmick is that you have to run across them. And for me, I would start just hit the.
I see that.
But the point is that you get all the way up there,
get up there to
and you see when the plasma rifle falls and rises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can actually get it.
Interesting.
If you get up there.
All right.
Essentially, this was just meant to.
Let's.
Oh, you can actually exit the level if you want, which you should do by going up those stairs right there.
Oh, okay.
There's an additional little bit of stuff like that he put in. But that's the now once you tap it, it's over. So.
Okay. Just there. All right.
And change the stuff there. And now once you hit spacebar to go through, it'll just take you back into the regular Doom 2 stuff.
Okay.
So if you wanted to play a different level, you just have to repeat that process.
Is that what it normally says?
Yes, you're lucky I don't smack you for thinking about leaving.
Yeah, couldn't remember.
Yes, you're lucky I don't smack you for thinking about leaving.
I'm not Tuck, but Tuck is here.
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Hannah.
I'm not Tuck, but Tuck is here.
The reason I'm not on camera right now is essentially this is Taylor's gimmick, so I'm kind of letting him have the entire thing here. I just pop up.
Right. So that was the first one. The second one we're going to look at is called hockey. Of course, there's all the stuff. Took him about an hour and a half to make this one, so it really isn't all that great. It does kick some serious ass, though. Hi, Hannah. Hello. Hi, Hannah. He thanks the creators of EdMap, BSP, and NWT, and of course, the creators of Doom 2. No difficulty settings. He did new sounds, but didn't do new music for this one. So, that's what we've got. It's a deathmatch level based on a hockey rink.
You don't have to browse this time.
Yeah.
You should be able to just select them.
Yes. Let's see what we've got. So, for starters, it's kind of neat. Did I just...
No, you just teleported. Those are teleport cards.
Nice.
You get your mega sphere there.
Yep.
Or supercharged.
That is a lot of chainsaws.
I think it's interesting that there's so many chainsaws there. It's almost like he encouraged that kind of melee combat in this arena.
Yeah.
Just as much as he would have encouraged firearms combat. One of the big constants of all these deathmatch levels that I've noticed is he puts those backpacks all over the place so that you can possibly carry more ammo. In an actual deathmatch, I don't know if you ever played that stuff back in the 90s.
I was a little too young.
Okay. In an actual deathmatch, those items will respawn. So once you pick up that chain gun, for example, if you count to 30 and then came back, it would be there again. So it wasn't just a first come, first served basis.
Yeah.
Pick up the plasma rifle there.
I'm doing my best not to pick everything up. So it's just like a standard hockey rink.
Happy Strongbow, hello.
Hi there.
I mean, but you have to look and say he made this in 90 minutes. So I mean,
Yeah,
for 90 minutes worth of
the fact that he made it in 90 minutes, That's
I would take 90 minutes just to figure out how to start the fucking thing.
and to be fair, this is not a terrible deathmatch kind of thing. Like, this is probably do with like some more walls and things, but oh,
Yep.
I found the way out.
How was that?
It was along the wall of the hockey room. Just a little door. Well, that's really all there is to that one.
Yeah, there's not a whole hell of a lot there.
Yeah.
You could say you could go back and restart it if you wanted to keep walking around.
Nah, there's not much to that one, so we'll.
That's a new sound effect he added. That's what it sounds like when you fire the chain gun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we're 2 down, 2 to go. One more deathmatch level, and then one level where he actually put enemies and things in for you to play. So the next one we're going to open is Bricks. He says this one, it took him about 3 days to completely finish. This is by far, this ass-kicking WAD. This is by far the best deathmatch level I've made yet. Yet. You are placed in a large, open arena to fight in. There are multiple staircases and lots of ammo laying around. Plenty of health, too. There are 4 other sections to this level to fight in. They are a computer lab, a darkened and lightened tunnel with crevices to hide in, hint hint, and a cave-like room with a river of sludge flowing through. And don't worry about getting cornered. There are plenty of places to run and hide if you are in trouble. Additional credits. Well, the creators of EdMap, you rule, dudes. The creators of BSP and Aid 2, you guys saved this WAD countless times from evil badass bugs. The creators of Wintex for letting me put in all those rockin' graphics. The paintbrush creators to make them. And then in this one, as opposed to the other ones, he says, my good friend Dylan Klebold for helping me playtest this WAD. So he thanked his compatriot there. Deathmatch 2 to 4 player? Hell yes, dude. New graphics? Bloody yes. New gun sounds from 1 through 6. So,
I don't believe Harris was a big fan of the BFG 9000.
No, I don't believe he was. He says it was cheap. He said it in one of the other readmes there. And asked for his awesome WAD called realdoom.zip. So we're gonna go in and look at Bricks now. All right. So he obviously wanted people to fight over that. My best guess is everybody starts in a corner of this room.
Now, I don't know if that megasphere would pop back up if you got it.
Yeah. It said 1 through... That sounds deeper. Yeah. Well,
We'll just come across the bench or something.
and you jump down. That's okay. Just kinda...
This is the one with that custom graphic.
Oh, yeah. And you go around showing me that.
Now, these are the first times that he's actually played through this level, or these levels, but I showed it to him just very quickly beforehand, so he'd kind of have an idea.
So, he really wanted people to email him.
You have to back up a bit, they can't see it.
There you go. Sorry, guys. really wanted people to email him. Pick that up.
Yes. One thing you can't see in this particular thing is when you kill the guy in this level, they would have like fountains of blood.
Oh wow!
Like, coming from them. Like when you kill the dudes in the next level, the one with the actual enemies in it. When you kill the dudes in the next level, you should shoot that.
What is that?
I guess that's what he felt like the plasma rifle should sound.
It sounds like a lawnmower that's on the fritz.
But when you shoot the enemies in the actual level, then you'll see they just, and you pay strict attention to them, and they blow up those stairs there.
Oh, that's stairs.
Yes.
Ooh,
But you can't see.
Dark.
I believe in the creation of these levels that Harris was very keen on making secret rooms or puzzles or things that the player had to somehow navigate on their own, as opposed to just walking around and shooting things.
This is a dangerous hallway.
Oh sure, I mean imagine if you got 5 or 6 death matches in that and you just drop a rocket on all those barrels. Yeah, see? Looking for me? He wasn't a big fan of it.
Does not like those. And so...
Don't just quit this level, try to find the exit, because the exit actually calls you a name when you use it.
Really? Oh. That's
It's in here.
special. Go up these stairs. See what happens. Is that that's a spine?
Yeah, it looks like a spine connected to a rib cage. That wasn't a custom graphic created by him. That was just something that came with the game. That's a sprite you can use.
No. But that's what the stairs are. Oop, I fell.
Not too far. No problem though.
Andy, what are you doing up there? I fell. No, if Tanner's in here, he'll get that. That's special.
I believe he was keen to emphasize the gore on the. There it is.
Oh, I found the end.
Yeah. So if you move the gun so you can see it. But yeah, unless you want to look around some more.
You want to quit? You wuss.
Yeah, and there's an extra screen after that. So
Okay.
when you decide finally to tap that.
Oh wow.
That
Lowbrow humor time.
hello, look what you're talking about.
Fair enough. Well, I at least know where that is. So.
Nice run there.
Thank you.
And it appears as though he was a big fan of the fucking rocket launcher, which, I mean, yeah, the BFG 9000 is kind of cheap. God damn.
Did he replace the rocket launcher with a demon scream?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like a... Oh, that guy down there is twitching.
Is it really?
Yeah, if you get up close to him, you'll see it.
Oh, that's... A look inside the computer says no. Fortunately, this computer does not say no. Just the one in the library. Fortunately, this computer does not say no. Just the one in the library.
But that wasn't, again, anything he created. That's a sprite that I don't know how much of it you've seen having played it on the PS4, but that's a sprite that normally gets used. Like, you can walk through the actual game and see it.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that this lake of poison here doesn't hurt you. You don't have the god mode on, so...
No, he just wanted it for aesthetic purposes. It was like...
Yeah. You'll see, in these levels, you'll see a lot of those sprites used, because as I say, he was very keen to emphasize as much gore
Right.
as was humanly possible.
This is a weirdly complex level.
Oh, sure. I suppose that's why it took him 3 days to finish it.
Apparently so. Is there anything that
Oh,
I
you can
haven't
actually get a
seen?
better view of the email me from up there.
There we go.
It's very, very graphic. Shows the Doom Marine up there in the top right, blowing some poor schlub away in a hail of blood and guts.
Yep.
But back in the day, that is how you used to get a hold of these things. Is on the Usenet, you'd post it, and if anybody got it, and you emailed him, you could perhaps get more levels from the guy.
Hannah, I don't know that it is. I can't recommend trying it.
That email address? No,
Yeah.
no, that has long since been disabled.
And probably banned, to be fair.
In case it is not generally known, Harris went by the handle Rebdoomer, Rebdoomer, and that was, you know, in his little gimmick there, I believe it was Rebel Doom Maker.
This stream, but you take a shot every time there's a spine. I'd have been drunk 20 minutes ago.
Oh god, we'd be so fucked up. It depends upon what drink you want.
Doesn't matter.
Now, check this out.
Alright, we're gonna hit the button. Prepare for your next fight.
And up at the top there, kill him.
Alright, kill him. Alright.
I do believe that leaves you with UAC Labs as the final
Yes.
level here.
So we've got one more to go through.
This one, however, is kind of interesting because the original README text file that accompanied it has an original story written by Harris. As you can see, this one's kind of long.
So before I start reading it, I'm going to take a quick poll.
Before I start reading it,
Should I read it dramatically?
take a quick poll. Before I start reading it, should I read it dramatically?
You don't get to ask.
Oh, well, no, I don't get to have an opinion?
No,
Oh.
none for you.
That was actually me.
I don't get to have an opinion. No.
Or are you talking to her or me?
Dr. Nightshade and Hannah both say drama. Dramatically. Always read it dramatically.
And
All right.
say drama. Dramatically.
It's 2.
Always read it dramatically. All right.
Chris is here for the drama.
It's 2.
You would be.
Here.
Oh! I will remember.
Make a charisma check.
Oh.
I don't have a d20 on hand. They're all on the other side of the room.
No, I don't have it indeed.
They're all on the other side of the room.
But I can. No, I don't have any D20s in there. But I can roll it on Mech Factory. All right, so
But I can roll it on Mech Factory.
roll a die. All right, so D20. Roll. You rolled a 10.
Roll a 10. Not bad.
Rolled a 10. Rolled a 10. Not bad.
Well, you rolled a 10. I didn't roll a 10.
Well,
All right. So,
All right.
we will start this. Let's go.
So,
What's up, all you Doomers out there? Rev here, bringing you another kick-ass Doom 2 WAD. This one took a damn long time to do, so send me some bloody credit, man. Sorry for the file is so damn big, but you know how it is when you change sprites. Well, you should know if you've ever made WADs like this. Enjoy the new death frames, made them all myself. Do not go to any other levels besides the 2 in this WAD. Many sprites were deleted in the WAD to make it as small as I could. So some maps may have deleted sprites in them, and it will crash Doom 2.
some maps may have deleted sprites in them.
Afternoon
Will
DJ, nice
crash
touch.
Doom 2.
So don't do it, man.
Afternoon DJ.
Description/story. Alright, here goes.
Description/story.
After defeating the demons on Earth, you learn of a new terror. Phobos, where this hellish battle all began, has been taken over again. When you were fighting Hell on Earth, the demon backup crew decided to pay a visit to Phobos again. No problem, right? All the installations were already destroyed by you in the first attack, right? Yeah, that part's right, but half the surviving humans from Earth just took refuge there. We just redid the structures to fit our needs and moved in again. Bad idea. Those gates were still active. So, chalk up another kill for the demons. After the second attack on Phobos, only 99% of the human population is left. Hold up!
Only.
Only 99%.
Hold up!
Oh.
Only 99%.
Apparently, I've killed more people than the demons. I haven't killed anybody.
I've killed more people.
Don't quote me on that.
Not that they know of.
Shut up, Tuck.
That business on Cato de Moidia doesn't count.
No, it does not.
That business on Cato de Moidia doesn't.
99%. Come on, man. Once you emerged from hell, you took the first ship you could to Phobos. Once again, there were no survivors. Now it's payback time. Those goddamn alien bastards are gonna get one hell of a BFG blast up their freaking ass! You land on the other side of Phobos, where the humans landed for the second time. Your mission is destroy the two main gates and destroy the platoon of demons and the main teleporter from Phobos to Earth. Use the maps. You'll need them to find all the hidden secrets and doors. Beware of the two gates. They are still active, and more demons might come through any second. The platoon guarding the teleporter out is very large, so beware. Good luck, Marine, and don't forget, kill them all!
Now, just as an aside,
Kill them all!
I feel like that ending there, that whole kill 'em all bit, a little chilling.
More than a little, actually.
Sobering, I might say.
I actually feel a little dirty having read it like that.
Well, you were kind of going at that point, and it's kind of like a car. Once you're already going at 50 miles an hour, you can't exactly bring it to a stop on a dime.
Yep.
Or what the tire companies say.
So, map 1 and 2 only. Don't do anything.
Map 1 and 2.
So he's added new graphics, new sounds, new music.
So he's added new graphics.
Basically,
new
just
sounds,
all of
new
it.
music.
So,
Like I was saying a second ago, I feel like that goddamn alien bastards bit was a Duke Nukem reference.
it feels like it.
Because they came out right around that time. I mean, by the time he was making these, it wasn't right after the game had come out or anything. Like
Right.
Duke Nukem 3D was a thing toward the late 90s, back when he would have been active making these.
Right.
Now, this level's a fucking nightmare. I'm just going to tell you.
All right.
I've never been able to beat it.
Well, we're not aiming to beat it. We're aiming to explore it. How do we put this up? Okay.
You want the cheat codes?
Yeah.
IDDQD. And you want all the guns? IDKFA.
It's not
Okay, so
necessary.
turn right or left, you'll know this shit.
Oh, look, there's an enemy. There's an enemy. There's an enemy. These guys are terrible guards.
Yeah, they're looking the other way. I'm amazed that Harris allowed the player to use the God mode cheat. Because I know that there's other ones in the deathmatch levels, I don't think you can use them.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because you're not supposed to.
Yeah, that would make sense. So, we open the door. And there you go.
See how graphic that was?
Yeah, like, that's...
Like he exploded.
Wow. Is that a door?
Type in IDKFing and find out. I don't think it's all bone there.
Wow.
Once you get that, it's going to shut on you. Now turn around. The only way that you can get out of there is to shoot it.
Really?
Yes.
Huh, neat.
If you try to use the space bar or the door activation button, it won't work. It took me however long to find that. Nice. That was a good shot.
This is, like, really graphic.
Watch the chain gun guy when you kill him.
I saw that.
Blam! It's like
Just-
he added extra meat
Wow.
into that dude's death. It's normally not that graphic. There's a button there in the middle, I think. No, it's over to your left by where you just killed that chain gun dude.
That's right.
There it is. And that opens the door, and then you just be prepared for all that fuckery.
So, does anybody have questions or anything while I'm looking around and getting shot in the face by lots of things? What?
Yeah, look at all that shit.
This
And in
is-
the middle, there's a fucking cyber demon.
This is disgusting.
Just to note, you're being shot so much, it's literally pushing you into a corner.
Yeah, like, I'm not...
He's not moving.
Good grief.
Also, I think my personal strategy is to walk out there and get them to start firing and just blaze around, run around out there, and don't shoot anything. Get them to fight one another. And then just sit back and allow them to kill each other. Going out there by yourself, there's no way.
Yeah, that's...
Again,
Wow.
I believe Harris was very keen on the imagery of the whole demon head shit.
I'm afraid to see what these look like. Okay, that wasn't... Anything, This is... Wow.
Currently, we've raised just over $70.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. That's amazing. And for anyone who hasn't heard yet or read in the chat there,
God, look how no, you missed it, man. That guy just exploded. Fuck.
any donations that we have tonight are going to help furloughed restaurant workers of Oklahoma. Like, this is... Oh, in the base game, these things are obnoxious.
You can't really mod those too much. And don't forget, you do have the auto map feature if you ever decide you want to use it.
Okay.
At
Ah.
And remember, this is actually a level, like, there's 2 stages to this level. So this isn't just walk around and shoot everybody, that's also playing.
Well, this one is actually like...
The thing he came up with to challenge players to go through solo and play. And did you hit that access panel back there? That thing you stop and stare at for a second?
Yeah.
Because those doors open up.
What doors?
Tap that. That one you were just in. There you go.
Ah. He's hidden a bunch of things.
They both open.
lot of people are hesitant to like talk about the event and everything, but oh, wrong button.
I forget how one gets the BFG in this particular instance. There's got to be some way of doing it.
There has to be, but
Because walking close to it doesn't pick it up for you.
really, yeah.
I read Triss's comments in Bruce Campbell's voice as Ash from Evil Dead. Juicy. Here to the king, baby. Let's go. Turn left. Tap that.
That?
It's the triangle.
Ah!
Oh, it's so tough. So tough. Oh.
There's just a lot of them.
Hello. Oh, do you hear that new sound effect when that dude blew up?
That was really squelchy. Why not?
Because it's the end of the level.
Oh, okay.
There's still more stuff.
Stairs. I love stairs.
You have to see the straight fucking insanity of this.
That?
Okay, wait. Start shooting them. Wall up. Now, run around. That room is just full of guys. But once you get out there... Hello.
Oh, it's an archvile.
It's not just an archvile.
What the absolute nut? No, wow. This is, yeah.
Did you know about these levels when you did your paper?
So first question is, how do you feel running through this and on different levels? Being able to look through these levels, do you mean like these levels or just the game itself? Because with these levels, this is something that I've been looking for since I did my paper, actually. And
so that answers the second question that you did know about this.
I did know about those. I did know about them, but I couldn't find them.
You should expound upon how close you actually got during your research to the mentality and all that shit.
Isley will find that chilling. She actually went to high school with me. But these levels specifically, this is like really surreal. This is like really surreal. Like I'm seeing a lot of these for the first time, and I've heard about them for 20 years now. Like we whispered about them in the hallways at school. My best friend growing up, we played Doom. Like it was one of the things we did, and these levels, like playing Doom now, it's just a game. It happens to be a game that some sick humans really enjoyed. And if we take away everything that just thanks, Kathy. I'll talk to you later, mate. If we take away all of the things that we enjoy that sick individuals like, then we'd be left with nothing. So it's kind of a weird case of separating events from things. It's hard for me to explain that, I guess. But as far as the paper, while I was doing my research, thought I should share this.
You don't have to. It's just an idea.
Well, it's nobody actually knows this, but it's like related to the school and everything. Hi, mustached miner. Nobody knows that I'm actually like one of the few, if not the only person that the teacher gave an extension to, because I found myself sitting in the parking lot of the school and thinking about how easy it would be to do something like that. Like, I know that I never would, but those thoughts scared me. And I had to, like, go in before class one day and talk to her and just level with her. And Mustache Miner asked you how you're doing. How's it going? And I think all of that research is what made it hit home for me. I mean, it's not a it's not a passing fascination. It's not something that I don't really talk about it very often, so this is kind of hard for me. But back to the question of playing these levels, this is like a missing piece of a puzzle that I've been trying to complete for a long time. And I can almost guarantee you, once I'm done here tonight, once I'm done here with this, I'm probably never going to touch them again. I don't think I can. Yeah, empathetic people do, and I think you've known me long enough that you know what kind of person I am. So, just kind of get it back to looking at this madness that he put together. Oh, they've all killed each other.
Well, they're starting on it, but I mean,
it's like they get distracted by getting shot in the back.
Even though they're killing each other, there's just no way you could handle all this.
No, that's not.
Even if you were on like the easiest difficulty setting, I don't think.
Yeah, of course, not possible.
I don't think, because normally when you play Doom, the number of monsters in the level, other than certain base monsters, either gets larger or smaller, depending, of course, upon what difficulty setting you choose.
Right.
If you choose a higher difficulty setting, you'll have more monsters and harder monsters. If you choose a lower difficulty setting, you won't have as many, and of course, they'll be the easier ones to kill. But I think that in this particular instance, he was keen to put everything that you see here and have seen so far into the level, regardless of what difficulty setting the player chose. So this was, geez, there's Manicubus. This was him saying, I don't give a shit how you want to play. I'm going to make you go through this.
This is my game. Yeah. This is my world, and you're just playing it.
Right. And there's still more shit.
That's insane. And am I missing anything?
Out there you might want to hit tab and just check it out.
Okay.
There's your auto map.
That's a little door right there. As far as
well, for the recording, let's read the question.
Yeah, as a fan of video games, RPGs like D&D and rock music, something that led me to look into it. Yeah, a lot of the media coverage, because I was 11 when it happened, so it colored everything going into middle school and subsequently high school, and we didn't have another big one like that for a few years.
Here's a question.
It's not
do you think that this particular incident and its connection to this game is something that led to the climate that we have now, where you see on television, you see on the news, first-person shooters are what inspires this, or first-person shooters are the devil? Or,
Oh, absolutely.
and do you think that this was kind of like the catalyst for that?
Oh, absolutely. As soon as political powers and the media and everybody found out that this was a thing, they latched onto it, and they were just trying to find reason where there was none.
I think that's a human response.
Yeah,
To
like
look for something like that.
they were trying to find reason to just trying to find a cause, but I don't think they were looking in the right places. But back to Isley's question here, yeah, I think looking into it, they actually didn't like Marilyn Manson, which is ironic in hindsight. They liked things like KMFDM. That's the band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And things like that, but they didn't actually like Marilyn Manson. And Marilyn Manson was another one that was blamed for this.
Oh yeah, he got a healthy slice of controversy around that time. I seem to recall. I was much older than you were when that happened. I think I was. How old were you?
I was 10.
You were 10, and what was this? 1999.
99.
So I was 17.
Yeah, it was a month before my birthday. But yeah, as far as what led me to look into this back then was, how it colored our entire school experience. Like, you remember 7th grade after that, we all had the plastic backpacks, or we were supposed to. Our school didn't do it as much, but they didn't make us do the uniforms. But as far as, I'm kind of rambling. With what made me look into it was how it colored our high school experience, and seeing that they outwardly were just two normal guys, just teenagers. Sure, they acted a little weird and wore trench coats, but they don't, like, to everyone around them, they were just the weird kids. There wasn't anything that
really set them apart.
Yeah, that really just marked them for this kind of thing.
Of course, behind the scenes, as I recall, there was a lot of bullying, which seems to be a hot topic. Recently, I've seen these posts floating around on Facebook, since this is a thing right now, and I don't think it's ever not been a thing.
No, it has always been an issue.
I definitely think this particular incident helped highlight the fact that, hey, this is a major fucking problem. And you can, at that point, see what lengths these people will go to once you push them.
Yeah. And, yeah. Just things like that, I guess.
Let's see here. Tuck, what was your experience pre and post Columbine from a high school student perspective? Well, I definitely recall that this particular instance was the moment that lockers were done away with at school for me. I don't remember the plastic backpacks like you're talking about, but I remember people with wands, little metal detector wands, and if they had any reason or whatever cause they could drum up at the time to search your backpack, boy howdy, they'd do it. And but I don't recall there being any like anti-bullying seminars or any, hey, let's do an assembly and talk about this, or I mean, it as a student, for me, it definitely influenced my decision to not want to go to public school anymore. I think my dad and I had that conversation around about the middle of or summer, where I was like, I don't want to go back. I've had enough. I was already I don't know how to say this, but just a very bullied teenager as it was, because I was just a fucking weirdo. Let's just be honest. And I don't know. I didn't want to have to also worry about like, hey, maybe some crazy motherfucker will come in here and shoot the place up. And it was one of the few times in my teenage life that my dad agreed with me on something, and took me out, and I did homeschool after that, and I never went back to a public school after that, and I was very grateful. Yeah. So that's about what I can recall, and of course I probably recall more what's the word, in detail than you about how the news went fucking crazy with first-person shooters are evil, and this is what causes your teenagers to act like this, and basically they would put over that first-person shooters were the gateway drug that led to mass shootings. And they still do that today. Violent video games,
still do
you
it.
See that.
Even though there are now studies that show no correlation. Another one, how do you feel about the popularization of memes about school shootings? Is it in poor taste or is it a coping mechanism? Tris, it's actually both, in my opinion. Because it's such a sensitive subject, especially here in America. People make memes to cope with all kinds of things. And it is kind of in poor taste because while you're still coping, it is kind of an exploitation of tragedy and how other people have just done these inhuman acts. So yeah, it's for the people who make them. I think it mostly is a coping mechanism. Some people, of course, they do things for the shock factor. But yeah, the memes are pretty much in poor taste. And I know we have at least one viewer who is not in this country, so talking about this is a little bit different for them as opposed to the rest of us, which you should go to bed. Let's be honest here. And Isley, yeah, no, none of us can understand what it was like being a weird kid. Not at all. Never.
Never in the history of it.
Another personal anecdote is in the late 90s, they came out with a version called Ultimate Doom.
Which was, I remember this.
And we were in art class, and my friend had brought the case, the little paper disc case, and it was this like elongated, flaming, screaming skull, and he was drawing it in art class at a Christian school.
Oh boy.
And our art teacher sent him to the office because she thought it was demonic. She wasn't wrong, but he was always doing things like that. That was actually his last year there before he went to public school. Yeah. Anything else, guys? Other questions, comments, concerns?
I definitely have. I have a personal anecdote. Back when, about the little bit after this happened, I had tried to start some clubs at school, mainly not for first-person shooters, but like, hey, let's all get together and play Warcraft 2. Mm-hmm. And because we had Max in the computer lab at the time, and you could play that game on there, and I wanted to get like a LAN party, a primitive LAN party together, and have everybody play Warcraft 2, and have all the other nerds and geeks and whatever other, people that were outcast of society come and be like, hey, well, we won't turn you away, come in here. And I made a flyer for it and everything, and I was basically told that because the game had the word war in the title, it was a no-go. We would, as much as we won't let you play with the flyer, you can't do this on school property at fucking all. Yeah, because it had the word war in the title. Like, I could make the flyer sound as peaceful and loving and flower power as I fucking wanted to. But the fact that I was playing a game that had the word war in the title, they were like, nope.
None of that. Out. Get out.
End of line. So, and I definitely feel like this had, you know, a major role in that decision.
See,
To this day, I remember the poem I wrote. Orcs slash and hammer, elven arrows fly true. We want you to play Warcraft 2.
that's actually pretty clever.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna call you out, but there you are.
I wasn't gonna call you out, but there you are.
Yeah, it is interesting, and I know the difference, though, is that you kind of grew up in a country where it's not an everyday desensitizing thing. We've gotten to a terrible point, but like Tuck's over here, don't worry, there's more doom coming. So I'm going to get back to it, post more questions, I'll pause it as needed, and we're going to look around this level some more.
Fire questions.
Yeah. Don't want to be too loud.
Carnage going on over here.
Yep. So many of them.
I honestly don't think that,
I'm
if
punching
I'm
you.
being perfectly honest, that Harris gave two shits whether or not the player was able to ever beat this game. I don't think he cared. I think it would take like a straight pro and like a shit ton of patience to even have, because he doesn't give you, even if you let the monsters kill each other, they don't kill out everybody, they can't kill all of themselves, and he doesn't give you enough guns and ammo, basically, to get through all the bullshit. Look at this bullshit.
Good
you have a pain
lord.
element.
Oh, that explains a lot.
That's why. Man, you're fucked at this point. If you were just playing on normal without...
Yeah.
Yes, it's... Pea shooter, the archvile. Wow, he'd taken a lot of damage, I guess.
Apparently.
I bet you that's how you get out of here, is that little portal that you just walked past.
There's a portal? Oh, where he was standing?
Where the archvile was standing, you'll have to go up there and run across.
Nope.
Didn't do shit.
Not a thing.
I've never beaten this, so it goes to show you what I fucking do. Of course, and let's be honest, I haven't spent a great deal of time trying either. To me, this is a piece of history. God, there's so much shit on the fucking screen, the guys are blinking out of existence. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
To me, this is nothing more than a piece of gaming history. It is, I mean, if I can say it, a novelty of sorts. Not something I spent a long time on. I did, however, read the novels.
I want tamales. Isley said that they're making tamales.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that wasn't just an at random, out of the blue thing.
That wasn't just
Of course, the Baron of Hell is much more difficult to kill than the average Hell Knight, and I don't think that they are affected by their own fire.
No, of course not. Why would they be?
We're making pork loins over here. And cheese stuffed garlic biscuits.
Well, oh, I got him on my last couple of shots. Oh, hey, more ammo. So let's look at that. So there's a door here. How does it open?
Tap it. Shoot it. Nope. You can always clip through it
Could.
if you don't.
Nah, jump the thing.
If you don't care about cheating.
I did pick up the red key, as far as I know. I saw it.
Oh, I forgot that there was a fucking red key.
Yeah.
Oh, do you notice as you get closer, more shit appears? Because there's just so much shit out there.
There's just so much.
That the fucking, not my computer processor, but the game fucking processor can't handle it all at one time.
Yeah, the game itself is
Glitching.
getting angry with
Because
us.
there's so much stuff. So
There's so
email
much
Rebel
going on.
Domemaker and say, hey, you put too much stuff.
Good lord. Yeah. Ah!
Oh, another manicurist.
Oh, he got stuck down there. Do not let him.
Personally, like to see what the red and blue keys
Or 4?
Yeah.
Hey, Vladimir, no worries. You're all good.
Hey, Vladimir, no worries. You're all good.
And these guys are still alive. Go away. Okay, this is that hallway. Cool, cool. Is there anything else over there, or is it just this open space? Right.
Oh, the imps out there are still trucking along like nothing has been going on inside the compound.
Hey guys, look at this cool mountain.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. I was actually, growing up, I didn't really get to play them either. I remember very vividly going over to my cousin's house once, right? And him being upset that he had to turn off the gore for Duke Nukem because I wanted to hang out with him. And he wanted to play Duke Nukem. Which, unlike Doom, there was a parental control thing for Duke Nukem where you could turn off all the suggestive stuff.
Oh, I remember. Strippers and the like.
Yeah.
I remember as I was a subscriber to PC Gamer magazine in those days, the big controversy at the time was, is Duke Nukem 3D better than Quake? Which was id Software's follow-up to Doom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm personally of the opinion that Duke is a more fun game to play than Quake. But, interestingly enough, one of id Software's, I think it's id Software anyways, kind of redheaded stepchild game that was made around the same time was Heretic.
Heretic. I actually remember that one.
And very few people that I've ever met know Heretic or played it. Oh, that fucking cyber demon is still out there.
Yeah, he is. I don't have enough. I don't have enough gun.
You have oh, you don't have the plasma rifle.
No. Ow.
I wonder how the hell you're supposed to get that goddamn
How your dad and you bonded. That's pretty cool, actually. I have no idea how you're supposed to get the BFG. I really have no idea. So, this is obviously not a very well designed level. I am not gun enough for that cyber demon. No, that's not a stupid question at all. That why politicians and most people are so quick to blame video games, despite there being evidence to prove otherwise. I think what it boils down to is that they. Yeah, it's something that they didn't grow up with. The politicians, when all this was a thing, they were older people to begin with, and older people tend to demonize things they don't understand or don't like.
And if I can interject, I'm sorry. I don't
No, you stop it! No, go ahead.
This being, at that time anyhow, a new, relatively new thing, and even though it's still, you know, a ubiquitous thing, and everybody knows about wargaming and, you know, first-person shooters and all that shit, you're absolutely right. These politicians are much older, and here's the gimmick. A lot of folks seem to think that computer gaming, PC gaming, gaming in general is quote-unquote, you know, widespread or mainstream now, and I mean, if I can throw out a unpopular opinion, I don't think that it is as accepted or as widespread, you know, as people would like to think. Mainstream was the word I was looking for, not widespread. I don't think it's as mainstream or as accepted as a lot of folks really want to believe, because I think deep down in our core we don't want to feel like we're that weird freak, that odd motherfucker who's, you know, on the outside looking in. We want to say this is our hobby and everybody, you know, accepts this now. I still think that among aging Gen Xers and the previous generations, that it's still something that is looked at as this is for ne'er-do-wells and other lonely, you know, weirdos and nerds who have nothing better to do. And as you know, humanity has always seen those on the fringes of society as barbarians at the
Yes.
And they see these people as, oh well, they have influence over our kids and da-da-da-da-da, and so therefore you have that perfect storm of politicians being able to say, think of the children, and having an easy villain to point at these games and say, this is what's causing it, it's enabled by these people, and they're doing this to your children, it's 10 o'clock, do you know where your children are, that kind of shit. And it's very easy to drum up fear.
To kind of stop you there, Isley says it's an easy fix. Simplest way to keep it from happening is just to not let your kids be exposed. Like, that's very succinct, very very well put.
It really is the parent's decision.
Triss, you're also right. We have a broken mental health care system.
You're also right.
And they're not gonna fix that. That's not a you're right.
They're not gonna fix that.
Dang beatniks. Thanks, Isley. So,
if you're gonna go through these things and you're gonna exit the level, I suggest you click through all the shit that you can't get through. Because you're not going to ever come back to this, so you might as well see everything there is to see.
Exactly.
Because you're not going to ever come back to this.
Yeah, pointing fingers isn't going to get you anywhere. And what's the click flip?
IDCLIP.
Of course it is. There we go. Now we're going to figure out what's behind door number what?
Music.
Yeah, more music.
Figure out what's behind
What is this? It's just a big room. This wasn't on the map a minute ago.
Oh, but if you look in the very top left corner of the room before it, there's a little yellow dot there.
I see that.
So I would go back and explore what that is. That's the one you're talking about there.
Oh, I broke it.
You didn't break it, that's just what happens. There you go. And if you auto map it, there you go. There you go. Huh. There's nothing. That just means you've gone outside of the game parameters whenever you do that.
Yeah. It does nothing.
Shoot it. See what happens when you shoot it.
There's nothing.
Not a blessed thing. Like, so this is a space for discussion and talking about mental health and all of these things. So
Whatever you want to put out there.
yeah, absolutely.
What's in that one?
This is what I want to know.
That shit.
It's just
It looks like he built a room with nothing in it just to make people be like, I want to get in here, let me spend more time in this level.
yeah. Weird. How are we dealing with quarantine? I'm not quarantined, I'm essential. What are you talking about? I gotta work every day.
I'm not quarantined.
And we had to, Taylor already had his job as an essential worker, but I had to go out and find a job, and so did Leilani, my girlfriend. We actually had to go out and find jobs that would allow us to be quote-unquote essential. True. I mean, if you're gonna cheat, you might as well kill the cyber demon just for shits and giggles.
So this is a place you can get, but how do you get here?
This is a place you can get.
Uh-huh.
There's a door.
Nice.
There's a door.
Huh.
And I assume it's the same, works the same here when you press space. Yep. It's an elevator. Which this is all ammo for the BFG 9000.
So he's giving you a
Oh,
book.
I bet you that's it.
Aha!
Okay, hit that button.
Button.
Bingo.
Who's got the button? And you have to get there real quick.
Oh, you asshole. Not you. The fucking maker. There's no fucking way that you hit that button. Now watch how fast it goes back up. See? You can't get out of that fucking maze fast
Nope,
enough.
you gotta go back, around, and down.
Turn off the clipping and you'll be able to pick it up. There you go.
There we
Now
go.
you've got it.
Come here.
And there's no fucking way the average person would be able to get down there and pick that gun up. Oh, shoot, big bad voodoo daddy there. He took some damage. Finally.
There he goes.
It's amazing those things can withstand.
That's a lot of punishment. You pronounce sacrificial incorrectly. You're right. You're right. Honestly, I could probably do my job from home. They even set us up to do that. But then they were like, "Oh, we can still keep you there at the place. It's fine."
But then they were like, oh, we can still keep you there.
And Carney, don't know how to pronounce that exactly. That's yeah, it's a perspective from another country there.
You turned off the clip. So
I
if you
did.
wanted to go through that.
Yeah, I don't know that there's really anything else to see.
There's still the next level.
There's another level.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you hit exit, you'll go to other stuff. There's
Oh.
more there. At least according to the fucking README file there was.
let's find out.
Oh, it's fine.
Entryway finished.
You killed almost everything, man.
Almost all the secrets too.
You just hit spacebar and just time that out. Because otherwise, it would sit there and count.
All the way. Entering the underhall.
Here's the next
Okay.
level. the offshoot of the level you just played.
Well, okay, yeah, that's fair, Alice. I didn't want to, just straight up call anybody's names out. I might know who you are, but a lot of the other people in the stream don't. But if you're cool with Alice, then that is perfectly fine by me.
Now, keep in mind, I've never been able to beat that other level, so I haven't seen any of this. This is all kind of new to me, too.
It's dark and flashy, and why is everything dying so quickly?
They were all shooting each other.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dear Lord!
Of course, that computer.
Give you the whole map.
Give you the whole map.
Turn me out.
All right, good luck, Marine. Just punch him to death and hope you don't get killed.
Right?
Right, good luck, Marine.
Well, there's
Some plasma cells.
plasma cells at least. Yeah. Then Doom 2 is where they I got you, Isley. No worries. Yeah, I'm not about to call anybody out unless they say it's cool. Doom 2 is where they started giving the BFG its own ammo. Because in the original Doom, that wasn't a thing. Like, it used the plasma ammo. That was it.
Yeah, the little tiny cells.
Yeah.
Now, when you got up close to that guy, did you see how graphic that was?
Yeah, that's pretty gross. There's a button. What does the button do? Alright, how many things are coming out at me? Oh, hey, the invisible pinkies. Rockets? Yeah, of course you do. You are a respectful human, Alice.
Of course you do. You are a respectful human.
There's another door. This is back to the original place, okay.
That's the exit. No, that's where you came in from.
That's where I came in. Okay, there's nothing there. Oh,
You just got the red key card, evidently.
there's a box of shells and the super shotgun.
And there's your red door.
And there's the red door, yep. A pair of backpacks that you can't get to.
Yeah, sure. I swear to God, when that zombie exploded, I saw, like, bones.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like a white section.
Oh, famous Isley. Did not know that I was in the presence of royalty about you. This is the first time I've ever streamed anything, so forgive my lack of etiquette. And of course you invite your followers and they're like, what is this? Why are we playing Doom? Why are we playing a level of Doom that is absolutely terribly designed?
I bet you some of you got a pinky in front of you. I bet you some of those things, like if you press them, will lower. I bet you some of those things. I would think it would be colossally stupid to design levels with things that the players can see but can't get. So I feel like there's some way to get at those.
There has to be. It's just a matter of, flying angry things. Or in the case of the BFG, it's a matter of, no, you're not allowed to have that. 'Cause I
Maybe,
don't like
again,
it.
because he didn't like the BFG, he made that in such a way that he's like, I'm going to give the player the opportunity. Oh, that's how it works. Except I'm going to take it away from him again real fast to be like, ah,
Yeah.
got ya. Except I'm going to take it away from him again real fast to be like, ah,
Yeah. Whoa, there's another one of those rooms full of things that you are not meant to kill, obviously. Please, Doodle Ghost, what is this? I'm not sure. Please, sir. I don't want any more. I'm not sure. Please, sir. Oh, there we go. Now it's going to be easier to kill all the invisible things.
Oh, there we go. Now it's getting easier.
We have raised just over $85.
Fantastic.
In about the hour or so we've been at this.
Sure, let that be a thing. Your brain for the next 2 days after watching this, 90s cyber techno and no real thoughts.
Your brain for the next 2 days.
Alice, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. The new Dooms are really fun. You can always hop on, and if you end up getting it somehow, you can always hop on and play with me and Zypher. We both have it. As far as the old ones, I don't really mess with them all that much, let's be honest. That's a door. Is that a... Those are a lot of arch files. Okay.
Those are a lot of arch files.
Just light me on fire.
How the fuck are you supposed to deal with that? Jesus,
Oh!
Mary and fucking Joseph in a tiny canoe.
Jesus.
What the fuck? Y'all getting this?
What the fuck? Y'all getting this?
I got nothing.
No.
Boom. There must be 90 to 100 fucking pinkies
Easily.
alone. And now you have the pain elemental who's gonna be endlessly spewing out fucking flaming skulls.
Every time I get popped up, I see 4 or 5 of the pain elementals. This is what I call a party. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
So, that's a party, alright. I'm just gonna, sit here and keep doing this. Isley. I don't know what's going on, but I need a shirt that says Jesus, Mary, and fucking Joseph in a tiny canoe.
Maybe if this channel gets popular enough, we'll create some merch that says Jesus, Mary, and fucking Joseph in a tiny canoe.
Yeah, closest thing we can have to a party. You right. I'm not actually kidding anything. They're not. Good lord!
Yeah, if you don't kill the pain elementals, they just endlessly spit out those flaming skull guys, whatever those things are called.
Lost souls.
There you go, I couldn't remember. And here you are, just, if you didn't have God mode on.
I would have been dead ages ago.
I think Flynn's face down there basically kind of sums up how I feel about this. Like, how on earth would you be... And they're not going to kill each other. The Archfiles always focus on the player. They don't start shooting the other guys, I don't think.
There's enough pinkies, though, that they're going to eventually
This
start...
would take you 20 minutes just to carve through, even with God mode on. It's fucking wrong.
Holy balls! I finally made it out.
Look at this just army of fucking pinkies. It's like a wall.
Zypher. Jesus. No, there is no Jesus here.
Of course. Where?
No, there is no Jesus here.
What is the...
These are obviously switches that do something. Oh, hey, it's another fucking door!
No, look at it. Like, it is a wall of doors. It is a line
Can you
of doors.
open it?
Yeah, I just opened one.
No, I mean,
with that
like, can you
switch.
open the ones behind it?
You can.
They're all just converging on you at this point.
Just gonna... Good lord. Oh Lord, they coming.
Oh Lord, they coming.
Dormammu. Sorry, I had to do a line of coke.
Sorry, I had to do it.
What if this dude had been smart enough to like rewrite it to where the paint elementals just spawn more paint elementals?
Oh my god.
That's what it looks like at this point. It's just going to forever haunt your dreams.
You don't even have to look at the screen. It's like, I'll just sit here and endlessly fucking...
So these are all the ones that died.
Alright, here's some more switches.
Hit a button. Those are the ones that are still alive, way over there.
And
And
the archviles, my god.
yeah, but each one of these is a switch. And each
What
one
do you
of
want
these
to bet
switches
that all these
opens the
switches
door.
opens up one of these doors?
Yeah, that's
This
exactly
motherfucker.
what's happening here.
He
I've
puts you in a
opened
room
two.
of legit, like, 150 fucking demons, and then you have to go through this
Easily.
intricate fucking
Nah.
puzzle. There's more! Of pushing all these goddamn buttons to open this room full of fucking doors. What is that, like, Stonehenge behind you?
2, 3, 4. Yeah, something like it.
Alright.
Did I get that one?
Nope.
Nope, missed it.
Not that you'd be able to tell with all the fucking archviles flaming you. Jesus
I
fucking
think
Christ,
I'm
they're
just
still
missing
coming.
the. I think I'm just missing the one door, but I'm not sure.
None of them have opened.
Nope. No, several of them have.
Oh,
I just haven't opened.
you just haven't opened the first one there. You have to find the other. Oh, great, now you're stuck again.
How old is this level? He created it in, I believe, 1998,
Or so.
thereabouts. So it's 22 years. It's 22, 23 years, something like that.
No, it's 30. Because if he created it in 98, that's 08. 20. Yeah, you're right. 22 as of this year.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Fucking finally, alright. Now let's behind the gun here. Kill that archvile just for
Which one?
the one you just ran past. But don't worry about it now.
Oh, there are two of them. At least the Archviles don't do what they do in the new Doom. Which one of them created it? It was Eric Harris. So, the mastermind, essentially.
However, to note, Klebold did help him test it. And it's still fucking there.
Yep, but there are more doors behind it that are open. So, I gotta figure out where those are. Eventually, we'll get through all of this. Hey, I saw the paint on go away. Oh, that's the end.
That was literally it? I feel like there was so much more to that level. I mean, if you want to go back and check it out and see if there was anything you missed, now you're just going back to check it out.
The gauntlet.
Yeah, this is Doom 2. Like,
Yeah.
that's nothing he had anything to do with.
So,
This is Doom 2.
no, I think I've seen enough.
I think you've seen
That
it, right?
was special.
Well, alright.
Oh,
so,
Vladimir says go back. Okay.
Vladimir says go back. Okay.
when you're done, I have a couple of questions, but not
I
until
think-
you're done.
Honestly, I think I've had enough. Like,
Alright.
I've seen the kind of stuff that he
I've seen.
thought. I don't think he thought that was fun. I think he thought.
That was cruel.
I think he built these to be cruel and to torture players of this game.
Absolutely.
I think he thought the deathmatch things were fun. But yeah, that's
Yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of that was haha, fuck you.
yeah, that's Yeah, absolutely. And so there we go.
So now that you've played all of this stuff,
Yeah.
and obviously it was something you've been wanting to do for 15, 20 years at this point. How do you feel now that you've done it? Now that you've taken that trip?
That's a complicated question. I have to say that I feel like I got another avenue of insight into the way he thought. And it's going to take me some time to process everything I just saw and like everything we walked through. And I think like I can put this to rest for a while. I think I'll like I feel okay because it's in a way we just witnessed a piece of, like Tuck said earlier, a piece of gaming history, and
yeah, I have this being recorded right now, so
yeah,
we'll be able to upload it to YouTube. If you just PM me on Facebook and tell me who you are, and then I can message it to you.
I'm hesitant to call it a part of culture. But in a sense, it is because it's one of the events that shaped our adolescences and our adulthoods even. Because of when it happened, it just happened at this point in time where we all thought we were safe. Nobody thought that sending their kids to school could be a dangerous thing. And I don't think that the public at large thought that two kids were capable of such senseless acts of violence. And just based on that, this, like I said earlier, this is a piece of a puzzle that I've been looking for a long time. And I think I can put it to rest.
And what, if anything, do you feel like this experience has revealed to you insofar as your feelings on the matter or the psyche of the people that were involved? Is there anything about this other than just the completion of something you've been looking forward to trying to complete for however long it was? Was there anything that was revealed to you through this experience that you didn't think about or that you had been looking for? Just anything new because of this other than just the doing it?
I don't think so much revealed, more solidified, because this just shows I think it shows a glimpse of the kind of cruelty that he was capable of as a person. Because he throws so much at the player that it's impossible to surmount, and the level feels like he did it to be cruel.
Oh, sure.
And just torture.
Or, I mean, on the other side of that, I wonder if he threw all that shit in there for other folks like himself who would put on the cheat codes and just find the pure, excitement, I suppose you could call it, of just wandering through and blasting so many fucking monsters that it's incomprehensible to try and do it without. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there may have been that factor of, oh, I'm just going to throw this in there, and anybody who plays this will know there's no beating it with unless you use cheat codes. So I'll put some
Right.
cheat codes on, and we'll just go in there and have all the fun of seeing all of this shit.
Go in there
Just
and
happen.
just murder things.
I definitely feel like for him, that
That's
was definitely
absolutely
the end game.
And
there.
we've got a couple here. Isley says, I feel like it even shows how little power he felt he had IRL. I think you're right.
I definitely feel like the victims of bullying feel like they've had a piece of their humanity taken forcefully from them. If I could make an allusion to the Harry Potter universe where Hermione is held down and has the word mudblood carved into her arm.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, I think you're, Taylor, are on the tail end of this, but I remember a time when being a nerd wasn't exactly a good thing. It was to be feared. Like, you didn't want to be called a nerd. Like, it wasn't cool. And if you were a nerd, oh shit, you were in for it.
No, that wasn't
At that point.
that wasn't even at the tail end. That persisted well into like after I left high school.
Oh, okay.
Like it was a thing up until
I seem to recall the late
the
2000s.
the late 2000s, yeah. And
Being a quote-unquote nerd has really come into the vogue, as they say.
and Alice said the level reminds her of H.H. Holmes's Murder Castle. It makes no sense and it's messed up. You understand that Holmes is a serial killer, but the way the level made no sense is similar to the building style. Yeah, that actually, absolutely. There wasn't any rhyme or reason to it. Like, he had you pick up a couple of keys in the first part of the first level.
Yeah.
Don't even know if there was a use for them. They were just there. But yeah, there were dead ends, and there were rooms that opened up out of the wall, and there were just things to kill you in there. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Like, Holmes might be a serial killer, but Harris was a spree killer. There's a bit of a difference and a bit of a jump. So, yeah. And Vlad, he graduated in 2013. Being a nerd was
being
bad.
A nerd was still bad.
Okay, I can acquiesce to that and see that. But I say but it's school culture is different than adult world culture. Like, it's its own microcosm, and it varies from school to school even. The adult world, you know, we all experience it. We all see it now. And I think the late 2000s was when the adults were like, we finally are, the things we grew up on are cool now because we say so. The people who were 30, 10 years ago were, yeah. They decided, hey, you know what? Star Wars and Indiana Jones is cool now. Fight me. Fight me IRL.
I kind of wonder, seeing as how the two of us definitely seem to agree that a lot of this stuff was done out of cruelty, you know, just, here, go and fight this thing you can't possibly fucking win, and here's some items you can't possibly fucking get, like we noted with the BFG. There's no way a player, without using cheat codes, would be able to activate the button, watch the elevator go down, and then realize, oh, that's what that does, run back out there and get the gun before the thing popped back up, because we sat there and watched it. There's no way you could do that, so, unless you cheated. And I wonder if this was done, you'll see several opinion pieces written every now and again that folks that are bullied don't necessarily want justice so much as they want to be the bully themselves. And I don't know how much truth there is to that. That's just some things that I've read out there in the space lanes, and I wonder if some of these things were an extension of that, saying, I'm going to do this to you guys, and there ain't jack shit you can do about it unless you fucking cheat. And cheating has always had that perception of being wrong.
Right.
So I'm going to throw these things out at you, and the only way that you can do it is to supersede my authority and cheat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying, remember earlier we were saying, this is my game, this is my world, this is what I want to do.
You're just in it.
You're just in it, and unless you somehow circumvent those rules, you're fucked.
Right.
And remember, this was a time when the cheat codes weren't exactly all known. Like, you could just do an easy Google search now and figure this out. But
yeah.
in those days,
pre-Google.
It was by word of mouth. Your friends had to tell you, oh, I heard, let's try this out, and that was the best you had.
We've got a little bit more here. Dr. Nightshade, you might have been 30 a decade ago, and don't get me wrong, it was a generalization, but it wasn't a bad thing, because the people who said that back then made the nerd culture popular. Like, we get the cool things now because of what you guys did then. So don't take that as a bad thing. That's like, growing up, I couldn't find a Star Wars t-shirt to save my life, but now I can go to Walmart and pick up 10 of them.
Oh, sure.
Like, I'm so glad that I'm able to be able to express my nerdness and my geek culture. And it's a lot easier to be proud of that now because of the things that people your age and you guys did. So please take that as like one of the highest forms of compliment from me, because you guys made it easier for us to be nerds.
Yeah, you guys kind of went through it before we did.
Yeah. And Isley being anything but typical sucks until you find your group. And yeah, it is a lot easier now. And the people who grew up and nerds got into positions of some power or influence. And yeah, like us, we didn't even know we had some of the same interests back when we went to school. And over the last few years found out we all like D&D, and now we try to play every other week. And it's so cool to be able to do that and to be able to connect with people the way we are able to now. And
I must have missed something then. It sounded like you were saying that those in my age bracket said, okay, you can be cool now.
I'll get to that one in just a second. I'm working my way down here. Alice said a few things. Yeah, you're at uni, and I know it doesn't happen as often, but you do see it happen because it's still a thing in popular culture to where you see it in movies and things. Oh, that person is different, we're going to make fun of them. And too many people take those as gospel for how life is supposed to be and how those cultures are supposed to work. And it gives us a skewed view of reality. And even in our day, in our age, it's hard for a lot of people to see people who are different as equals. And we see it every day, and it's not a pretty thing. It's not anything, but people are shitty. I feel like a lot of people have to actively try to not be. It doesn't, because we're all different, it doesn't come easy to us all. And then Dr. Nightshade must have missed something. Sound like we're saying, no, that's not what I meant. It wasn't okay, you can be cool now. It's okay, this nerd stuff is cool now. We're saying we are the ones who are shaping the world these days, and we're saying that it's cool to like these things.
As each generation gets older, I feel like they become more influential in the world of pop culture and whatnot, and they raise their children, of course, to appreciate and love the things that they loved as a child, so that at least that child will know, hey, you like Star Wars, it's okay, so does Dad.
Yeah.
And so if you get picked on or whatnot for liking this XYZ, whatever it is, in school, at least you know you can come home and have that safe space there and say, hey, my folks like this, so I know that I've got that base there. And like I was just saying, I feel like the generations that came before us kind of laid that groundwork there, so that when we came along, obviously being much younger, that we saw that. And we said, hey, you know, at least we know we're not alone. Of course, when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet such as it is. I mean, at that time, all we had was the Usenet or the out.rec forums, you know, and it was absolutely nothing like what it is today. And essentially, you kind of just had to go find people at school by just bumbling through life to see if they liked the same shit you did. Or in some cases like mine with Battletech, somebody had to be like, hey, I like this, let me get you into it so that I can have a friend to play it with.
Exactly. Like, you had to just get lucky.
It was organic.
And, yeah, some people are baller. Like you. Isley, you're pretty freaking awesome. And Alice, Zypher, you guys are some of my favorite people on this planet. Tuck here, absolutely. And it is amazing how we've been able to find each other through various means. But yeah, like, we're all in this together, one way or another. And with that, I believe I'm gonna sign off and shut this down.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Nerd Lobes. And thank you guys so much for Rock Band. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and seeing this with me and experiencing this with me and with us. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night and nobody has any nightmares, because I understand that all of this was potentially really heavy, and we talked about some deep stuff tonight. Thank you again, and thank you for all of the donations.
We got up to about $85.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's gonna make someone's day.
$85 with like 9 or 10 people. That's amazing. You guys are fucking awesome. Alice, have a nice night. Get some sleep. I know it's like 4 a.m. over there. Go to bed. And I'll talk to you guys later.